Be advised. All right. So we're required meeting, online lecture. Withdrawal dates, these are important. Withdrawal date, August 30th, that's next Monday. If for some reason you decide this is, you don't want to take the class or you can't, something happens, drop the class by next Monday for a full refund. After that, you pay for the class for a grade of W if you withdraw late, November 22nd. If it's after November 22nd, it's too late to withdraw from the course, and you will be on the roster at the end, and I have to give you a grade. And if you're not doing well, or you're just can't participate, just not able to do it, I would have to give you an F. So I don't like to do that, but every once in a while, for whatever reason, somebody who's not attending is still on the roster, and the college requires me to give you a grade if you are still there. So, all right. This is me. You can refer to me as Professor O'Connor, Mr. O'Connor, or you can use my first name. I don't mind the informal form of address, but certainly if you prefer a formal title, you can use it. Email is doconnor@harpercollege.edu. The other duffy@duffyo'connor.com is a secondary email. The college wants us to use Harper Communication, and I think that's a good idea. But if something happens, Harper stuff is down, use the other one. I am available online by appointment if you have questions, like you want to talk to me, like I gotta ask a question, I have to have a short conversation, then send me a message and we will work out a time to meet. It's actually usually a lot easier than trying to answer a question by email, where I have to write and then we write back and forth and it takes time. I prefer to do it faster. All right, so the course presents a survey of furniture and interior design from antiquity to the present, emphasis on European and American traditions. Many types of furniture and architectural interiors will be addressed, as well as the historical and cultural factors that influenced their emergence. The role of manufacturing processes and innovations will also be taught to deepen the students' understanding of furniture interiors, such as the introduction of electricity and electrical lighting. A whole new set of things had to be designed when electric lights came in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Lewis Comfort Tiffany lamps are electric lamps. That was a new thing. So one of the books here, this one, Furniture, A Concise History, by Edward Lucy Smith. His thing is to emphasize just that kind of stuff. Like at the end of a lot of the chapters, he'll just say, like, these are new things that were introduced in this time period. Like a sofa, which, until you get a proper sofa with a back and arms, you have a couch. Sofa and couch are not the same thing. It's common to refer to a sofa as a couch, and in most circumstances that's fine. But if you're going to buy one, you need to identify that you want a sofa, especially if you're buying it for your client. Okay. All right, so the goals, the learning objectives are that you are able to identify a variety of styles of furnishings and architecture from ancient Egypt to the present day, that you are able to utilize vocabulary design terminology for furniture and interiors, that you can express visually, verbally, and in writing an understanding of detail and identity in design. You'll have an assignment that will go the whole semester to draw 20 6 small 3x5 note cards. Each one has a drawing of one of the things, something from this class, like a Corinthian capital or a Barcelona chair or something like that. And on the back, you write a definition. You don't have to be an artist. It's meant to be accurately descriptive and more analytical. Next week, we're going to do an exercise in it. So, okay, that's why visually. Understand the historical, and you will. Here's one of the last objective is that you understand the historical and cultural reasons for the appearance of the new styles and types of furnishings. Excuse me. All right, again, the books. Now, the expected technical skills. Basic word processing, such as Microsoft Word, or just being able to, use Blackboard. We'll go over like how to post things in Blackboard too, because it might not be obvious, and not going to assume that you know how to use Blackboard. Actually it's a little. It could be a little more updated, let's say. But it's okay. It works just fine. All right, so required textbooks. The Abrams Guide to Period Styles for Interiors. And as I mentioned in an announcement, this book, which is a really good book that starts in the Baroque era, like Louis XIV, French Baroque, where you have furniture and interiors, and then it goes to the later 20th century. It's a really good book. It's very thorough and succinct. It'll be like about 3 pages per section with lots of photographs of like good examples of the like furniture and like decorative arts and details from that era. This book is out of print because the author decided to break away from this publisher and go to a different publisher. So you can buy a new version of this book, which is nearly identical for a lot of money, or you can buy this used, cheap. I like that better for you. So, and then this guy too, published a while ago, but the information is still good. That's something I've noticed with history books. If the information is good, sometimes you get updates, but it's a history course, so he's still right about all of the stuff in this book. And I've also used it to create, sort of like as a basis for my presentation. So, and good. And history books are not really your thing. You can still read them. What I do when I started as a history major, I read very slowly, and my comprehension of it was not that great. And this was like when I started as a history major, and I had this like panic, like, how am I going to? I really want to do this, but like I just read 10 pages for a book for my Russian history class, and like I can't remember any of it. It was really hard. It took me 3 hours, and my professor said, "You're just out of shape." So just read it again, read it slowly, and if this one was just difficult, move on to the next one. Maybe go back and reread that one later. The essay I was reading, like a 10-page essay, it was in a book called Russian Political. It was a history of Russian political thought, and it was actually pretty challenging. It was like a 10-page rant against the czars, and I was like, "Oh my God, is everything like this?" No. What I learned is that when I started to read the first paragraph of a chapter, and then go to the last paragraph of the chapter and read that, and then go back and start reading the chapter again. The last chapter summarizes what the chapter is about. And it was a little bit of a cheat that worked. I also would have to read paragraphs out loud to myself, because I would space out sometimes, because some of the it's not like You know, it's not like a novel. It's not Hemingway. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, but the first two chapters of this, the furniture, A Concise History, are in Blackboard because you might. I scanned them and put them up a few years ago when like some people couldn't get the book for right away, so I just did that, and I'm not going to scan the whole book. I'll probably get in trouble if I do. Okay. Other supplies: ruled notebook, set of note cards, like 3x5 note cards. You could do it. You could draw these things. I mean, some people have said, like, can I just draw this in my sketchbook? And I say, yes. Just make them the right, you can make them the right size. I don't want you to get wrapped up in making big drawings. That's just kind of the thing. The note cards I like, they're small, just like 3x5 cards, and it kind of keeps it under control because you can only draw so much on that size of a piece of paper or on that size of like an index card. Pen for writing, pencil, and eraser. I suggest you take notes and write things down because it helps you to remember. It's very good for reinforcing memory. You don't have to write this stuff. Don't write the stuff down about the syllabus. This is not. You can refer back to the syllabus whenever you need to. Okay, and I'm just going to go over the stuff that was probably going to matter the most to you. Assessment overview. So the graded work, there will be quizzes, vocabulary cards, vocabulary forums. I'll talk about what those are. Midterm exam, final exam, and then, oh my God, that's wrong. What is the matter? Watch. There. Yeah. Okay. Attendance. Not a lot. It's 3 points per meeting. So it's not a ton, but it's a little bit. And then here's the grading scale is A is 90 to 100, B is 80 to 89. Pretty straightforward. Okay. If you ever wonder how you're doing in the class, in Blackboard, it'll give you an average. I can only let you see either like your letter grade or your score or your percentage. And so I usually have it show you the letter grade, since that's, if it tells you like you've got like, you're like mid-semester and you've got like, you're at like 175 points. So like, what is that? If it tells you you're getting a B, that's clearer. Okay. There you go. And assessment. Ooh, that's that board. See? Grades will be posted in Blackboard. Okay. You will have the opportunity to retake quizzes and exams if you decide like you get a graded, like you get like a C on a quiz and you think I can do better than that. You can take it again. Now the way I do this is I will open the, like let's say the first quiz, which is in like, I think it's in 2 weeks, I'll open it and then it'll be due finished in 3. Like you'll have 1 week to finish it. I'll just open it online in Blackboard and you can take it whenever you want. You can have books, notes, internet presentations open. I want you to go through and answer the questions. And so the questions will be, be posed knowing that you have all that information at your disposal. And so if it's something from one of the books and I know exactly where it is in the book, then I know you'll be able to find that you can find it. So I think it works better, and really, I think that it helps you learn it just as well if you have the opportunity. Just like go through, open up the quiz, see all the questions, and then look for the answers. So, because you will have all the answers. There are times when I ask a question that might be a little bit more challenging to find the answer to, but I don't mind doing that because it's open. You know, it's like an open quiz or exam, so it'll be a little challenging. Okay. Late work is acceptable, but a grade penalty will be applied to late work at the discretion of the instructor. A student absent for course activities for an extended period of time must communicate with me. The reason I want to know if you're ever going to get if I'm going to grant you some understanding, or if you're gone for 3 weeks and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I might say so why were you gone for 3 weeks? Because I'm going to help you get back in, and sometimes I don't want to know anything too personal. That's not, this is a professional thing. But sometimes I'll want to know what's going on, because if it's very serious, there might be something else that has to, maybe if it's really serious, it might be better to take the class a different time. But I don't want to assume that's going to happen. Okay. Surveys will happen at the end of the semester. Please complete the surveys. You'll get an email asking you to evaluate the course and me. College wants you to do it. Really, so do I, because it's important to know if this is, it's important to know if this is effective. And attendance, regular attendance is required, 3 points per class meeting. I invite discussion. Discussion allows us to better understand the information, and questions often help me to focus what I'm talking about. If someone's like, you have a question about something, what is this, when did this piece of furniture first appear in the world? I might not know, but I might. There might be some information we can get. Okay. And then there's a lot of stuff that the college wants us to have in here about conduct. Conduct online is, this is a college course, so it's not like we're on social media. So of course, good behavior is important. No disruptions. No fighting. If there's something you're unhappy about, really, you should tell me. But you can tell me in a constructive manner. Yeah. So I've never run into any of this in this course. It's interior design, not I don't know what subject would be more likely to people ranting, like political science maybe. Okay. Good. Academic dishonesty. I don't run into this as a problem in this course really either. If you do, now if I do want to, so here's an example. On a quiz or an exam, there will be some short answer question, like some questions that require a short answer. Like I might ask you to write about I might ask you why something occurred. um, and like and you'll have to write like 3-4 sentences about it. If you look it up when you're taking the quiz or the exam and you find something, don't copy and paste it. Write it yourself. Put it in your own words. Always put it in your own words. Sometimes I do see, obviously, it's like copied and pasted, like formatted differently because it was copied and pasted from something else. That's very easy for me to see. And sometimes I will send it back to someone and say, okay, this got 0 points. Take this again and rewrite it, and do it in your own words. So I often give people the chance to correct things like that. I don't assume that it's malicious. It's just, I guess it's just how they're doing things. Okay, unauthorized collaboration. I probably won't know if you're getting help from someone that has a PhD in history. I might just think that you're brilliant, but it'll probably make you smarter if you're getting help from someone with a PhD in history. So lucky you. I don't have time to look sneak around and try to find out oh, who's cheating? That's whatever. Hopefully you're all just interested in the subject. Okay. I think that ended up getting doubled up. Okay. Equal opportunity statement. If you want to if you want to read the stuff, please do. There's stuff about accessibility, advising, veteran services, counseling, library, service desk, writing center. If you have if writing, there's some writing in this course. I think if you're having a difficult time with writing, ask me. If I can't help you, if you need more than I can give you, then you can contact the writing center or the tutoring center. Okay, I prefer to be the one to tutor students in this course because I can help you more. Someone who doesn't know the subject or is not teaching the course would probably have a harder time, and I know that it has happened where a student tries to get help from a tutor, and it's like the tutor couldn't really help him. It's like that's because the tutor is not familiar with everything. Ouch. Sorry, he's here. Okay. All right, enough. And I'm not going to have you do the statement of understanding. I think it's a bit unnecessary. All right, that's in Blackboard. All right. This is, I put the first 7 weeks of this weekly schedule in Blackboard. I was racing to get this all done because I had to, from year to year, I have to change the dates and then find that, things need to be updated. But here, here, the weekly schedule goes like that, goes like this. It's pretty simple. It tells you what subject we're on each week and what the reading is. And it also tells you week 3, which is September 8th. Quiz 1, Egypt, Greece, and Rome opens today, due September 15th at midnight. Reading, Chapter 3, in Furniture, A Concise History. So, and it goes kind of like that. So it'll tell you, I had to reformat some of this. It's like, it got a little bit chaotic. So I just want to make sure that it's, I was rereading it and found that some of it just didn't seem very clear. So I wanted to make it as clear as possible. And I ended up doing a renovation project on it. But in Blackboard, Oh, no, it's in the syllabus and schedule. So over here on the left side, syllabus and schedule, I put up the first 7 weeks so you can have a look at that. I'll wrap up the back end of this schedule and just put the whole document up there, which will be like right there. As you can see right now, it is hidden from you. If you look at your Blackboard, you won't see this here. This is where the syllabus document is that we just looked at. This is from last year. I'm going to replace it with tonight's meeting video session of the syllabus and discussion board 1. Okay, how is that so far? Great, good. Got the most boring part done. That's good, but it's good information. It's good information. If I just say like, oh yeah, guys, read the syllabus, you're probably not going to read the syllabus. It's like, it's not BuzzFeed. All right. Announcements, syllabus and schedule. Oh yeah, I got to move this. Let's just keep it down there. Discussion board. So what in the world is this? Oh, nope. Shift on this discussion board. Okay, so here is, so if you have, so this one, like right here, this Egypt, Greece, and Rome discussion board vocabulary assignment 1. So it looks like a lot. It's just a list of all your names with a thing from this section assigned to you. So, Melissa, you have fresco, and so you'll write about fresco. What will you do? So here, according to the instructions, using the vocabulary list of terms, books, notes, online sources, research the term that has been assigned you, post a 1-paragraph definition of the term with clear imagery in the discussion forum for this assignment. Choose historically accurate imagery, use accurate information, and cite your source or sources. You can use the internet for this. This is not like you don't have to use, like, this doesn't have to be books. You can use the books. They're helpful. Write at least 100 words. I think that my example is not 100 words. So if I go in, so if I click here on the blue text, this is it's an example from last year. Oh, that's okay. That is about. So this student, this is a student from last year. I just changed it to be me. Okay, so obelisk. And this is a written definition of obelisk, and then posted a couple of photographs of some Egyptian obelisks. And there you go. That's a solution to the assignment. So none of you have obelisks, so that's why this is up here. And you don't have to start it this year or this week. You can learn a little bit about it, or you can go back. So let's see. We'll go back here. So the way to create this thread. So I created this thread for the obelisk. Create thread. And the subject will be, you could just say it's your name. O'Connor, and it'll be scarab. And then down here, I will write And if I want to attach pictures, this little plus sign here, add content, insert local files. So if you save a photograph to your device, then you can insert local file. And I might take just from my desktop. Oh, here, we'll do this. There we go. Beautiful. Georges Jacob Fatouille. French armchair. Ba, 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 ba. If it's all, you can try to make it a smaller file size if you know how to do that, so that it won't take up too much space. Doesn't really need to be huge. And this is a pretty large file size. It's taken a while. Oh my God. Well, this was a bad example to use. Watch this little thing. There we go. Yeah, see, this was an enormous file size. So it'll look tiny there. Like you only see a little fragment of it. And if I submit, and then I get that, and it's not a scarab, actually. I'm going to edit this. No, I can't edit it. What? I have to open it up. There. So ta-da, there's my picture. That, I think I would open the picture and just make it a smaller file. And if you, maybe I'll just show you that. Here, watch this. I want to make it a smaller file size so that it doesn't take so long or doesn't appear such gigantic. So you see up here the drop-down menu. So I'm using a Mac. This is just like the photo editing software that's on this device. If I adjust the size, and I can just change this, like the width to 4. A little. Save it. And then it's smaller, and then when I go to post it, it will not take so much time, and it won't be such a gigantic picture. So it doesn't need to be this large. It's a nice photograph. Okay. So that's how you do that. All right. Good. Let's 650. All right. Any questions about that? It's not a scarab. All right. Good. So that's the discussion board. There will be others. Yeah. So it's 10 points is a maximum for it, and for the most part, if it's good information and clear photographs, you're going to get 10. If there's sometimes somebody puts up like either the wrong picture or it's something that's from it's like I want a historical like example, and it's from something like modern, like Wayfair catalog, and it's like that's not a modern, it's not a historical example. But okay, good. So that's the first discussion board. And you'll see here, you go through this and find your name, and then you'll find the thing that you have. And you can always start by just looking it up. And all of these things fall within the Egyptian, Greek, or Roman time period. Okay? So for example, arch. The Romans were masters of the arch. And so some of this is like more like architectural, like structure and engineering. But very important stuff. Okay. I think I'm going to stop sharing this right now. If you're going to hold on for just a second to stop.